Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So last time we talked about some cities. One of them is Tianjin, and I guessed the meaning behind it. I was almost right. That means I was wrong. From the research, Tianjin means the port the emperor passes by. But do you know how we call emperor back then? The son of the sky, the son of the heaven. Actually, the sky is the boss. The sky is always fair to every creature. But the sky himself is like the board of the company. He is the owner of the company, but he needs a manager. He chooses a person to be the manager, and that person becomes the emperor, or to say, the son of the sky. Sometimes you might hire a good manager, sometimes not. When the manager is not doing his job, it is possible to replace him. Replacing the manager, replacing the emperor is called 革除天命. So 革 means to expel, to remove, to change. 除 means to remove as well. But also in mathematics, it is to divide it by. Say 10 divided by 2 is 5. 10除以2等于5. 10 obviously is the sky, and mean could be your life, but in this case it means the authorization, the endorsement. So the owner of the company has the right to abolish the authorization and replace the manager. That is called 革除天命. But it's simple, people usually call it 革命, and thus 革命 eventually evolved to be meaning revolutionary. And there's also one thing was to mention. How do you view this word? For example, in Indian culture, this word is based on a turtle. The Asian Chinese people think that this word looks like this. So, as you can see here, the circle is the sky, and the square in the middle is Di, which is the earth. So there is a saying called 天圆地方. The sky is a circle and the earth is a square. And you see, the sky is this big and the square is only this big. So there's some gaps, and these 4 gaps are called the 4 oceans. The emperor, which is the son of the sky, lives in the center, which is right now in Henan province, and the citizens live in the middle, while on the edge of the land there lives 4 different kinds of barbarians. There is a very famous quote in China, and it goes like, within the 4 oceans are all brothers. So think about it. Within the 4 oceans, what is that? It's that square, right? That square is the land, the earth. So as long as you stand on the earth, you will be called brothers. That was some very basic values of ancient China. Of course, the knowledge was very limited, but I want to mention, because of this philosophy, Chinese people are not that conservative as you think about it. Actually, they're very open-minded. They always learn stuff from the outside world. For example, as you can see, Chinese sit on a chair. But if you look at Japanese people, they're more like kneeling down, right? It was because they learned from Asian China. But for a certain period of time, the connection was blocked. That's why they kept the Asian Chinese culture. On the other side, China still had the connection to the Western world through Middle East. So China learned to sit on a chair probably from the Persians back then. If you go to a grocery market in China, you're going to find something called 胡萝卜, which means carrot. What does 胡 mean? And you can find things like pepper. It's called 胡椒. That was because these products are not original from China. Chinese people got them from the Middle East. They call those people 胡人. That's why they named the stuff that they imported from them after 胡 something. And for the people coming from the ocean, for example, back then, the Europeans, Chinese people call them Yang, because they came from the ocean. Ocean is called 海洋. And in the dialect of my first language, we call balloons yang pao pao, because balloons came from the Western world. So it was named after yang, and pao pao means bubbles. As you can see, the Chinese language is constantly evolving. There are many words created every single year. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, and I'm gonna see you next time. Thank you.